The moment the first blurry photo grazed the internet, just a tiny spark, flickering in the abyss of midnight, we all felt the heat. Viewers, gather close, because what unfolded next wasn't just another celebrity sighting or harmless rumor tossed into the ocean of entertainment. It was the beginning of something that made the entire fandom lean forward, clutch their breath, and ask the same electrifying question: what exactly are Jung Hae-In and Jung Sumo Min doing? Shopping together, wandering through a store that was way too cozy for a simple coincidence. Tonight, let's take a long walk through every heartbeat, every frozen frame, and every possible whisper behind that sighting. Because you, our dear viewers, deserve nothing less than the full story, painted in all its warmth and tension. It all began quietly, almost too quietly, in a part of Seoul where celebrities attempt to slip into anonymity like shadows blending into twilight. It was one of those evenings when winter felt as though it was trying to write its own poem, with the wind brushing cold fingertips through hair, through scarves, through the seams of coats. Many of you watching right now know that feeling, the hum of the city below your feet during early winter, the street lights humming like patient listeners. And right in the heart of that scene, two silhouettes appeared, walking side by side. Nothing dramatic, nothing too obvious, just a man and a woman, strolling past softly glowing store windows. But of course, this wasn't just any pair of silhouettes. Someone recognized the posture before the face, the calm, grounded stride, the quiet aura that always pulls attention without asking for it. It was Jung, South Korea's king of gentle charisma, a man who could turn even silence into a melody. And beside him, brushing the same cold air, adjusting her scarf with the delicate ease of a seasoned actress who knows the world is watching, yet pretends not to, was Jung. Her warmth flickers even in still photos, the kind that seems to whisper her presence rather than shout it. The moment they stepped into a small boutique, someone's hand trembled around a phone, a quick snapshot, another angle, a 20-second clip. And just like that, the internet didn't just react, it erupted. Viewers, admit it with me. When you first saw the footage, your heart didn't just skip, it somersaulted. Because there's something so tender, so human about two beloved stars doing something as intimate as shopping together. Not at a giant mall, not at a flashy luxury store where stylists and managers swarm like bees, but at a quiet, almost hidden boutique, where people go when they want the world to stay outside for a moment. Inside the boutique, they weren't acting like celebrities brushing off attention. They were acting normal. So, men held up a sweater, navy, soft looking, and gently placed it against Hae-In's shoulder. She tilted her head, measuring the color against his skin, and smiled in that way viewers know all too well, the smile that melts the whole atmosphere without trying. Hae-In chuckled, quiet, shy, the kind of laugh that curves at the edges like a secret, and reached up to fix the sleeve she had straightened. Two people, one soft moment, and 1,000 questions blooming like fireworks. Of course, the online world did what the online world always does. It split into waves: curious fans, shocked fans, delighted fans, protective fans, and those standing on the sidelines clutching popcorn like it was the most dramatic evening of their lives. Some claimed it had to be preparation for a drama. Others insisted this was too natural, too warm to be business. A few even posted screenshots with red circles, arrows, analysis, claiming they had discovered evidence of something more. Matching bracelets, matching energy, matching expressions. And you, our viewers, you felt the thrill, too. I know many of you are watching this right now with that same curious flutter in your chest, because Jung and Jung Min aren't the kind of pair that naturally sparks rumors. They're both known for their quiet, thoughtful, almost poetic demeanor. Artists who don't need to shout to make the world listen. So, seeing them together in a moment so casual yet so intimate was like stumbling upon a page of a story that wasn't meant to be found yet. What happened after they left the boutique only deepened the mystery. Hae-In carried a small shopping bag, the handles looped casually around his fingers. So men walked beside him, hands tucked inside her pockets, leaning ever so slightly toward him as the wind nudged through the street. It wasn't exaggerated. It wasn't cinematic. But sometimes the simplest gestures carry the strongest whispers. And those whispers spread everywhere. Fans from Korea, Japan, Thailand, the Philippines, Indonesia, Nigeria, the US. Every corner of the global audience began to wonder the same thing. Are they working together in secret? Are they close friends catching up? Or is this the beginning of something sweeter? Something unfolding behind the scenes, where no cameras usually reach. Theories began sprouting faster than spring flowers. Some viewers remembered that both actors had previously mentioned liking partners who are calm, warm, emotionally intelligent. Some recalled interviews where their descriptions of an ideal type almost sounded like they were describing each other. Others dug through past events, searching for moments where their paths might have crossed. Award shows, festivals, brand launches, and suddenly, faint traces emerged. Not enough to draw a clear line, but just enough to make the imagination dance. But perhaps the most captivating detail isn't what the cameras captured, but what they didn't. Because after leaving the boutique, the pair didn't head to a brightly lit street or a crowded area where escape is impossible. They slipped into a small adjoining alley, the kind with old brick walls and vines climbing gently toward the rooftops. The kind of alley where conversations feel safer, where words turn softer. And though the cameras stayed respectful distance away, one detail was unmistakable. They kept walking together step for step. The quiet rhythm between them almost too natural. Viewers, I know you feel it, too. There's something about this sighting that doesn't feel staged, doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel like a PR move or a promo stunt. Instead, it feels like the universe happened to lift the curtain for a moment, letting us glimpse two people sharing time simply because they wanted to. Even industry insiders started weighing in. One stylist tweeted a cryptic message about a surprising pair with beautiful chemistry. A staff member from a production team hinted that unexpected collaborations were forming behind closed doors. And, while none mentioned names, fans couldn't help but fit the pieces together like a puzzle that suddenly looked too perfect. But here's the part that truly makes the heart race. The boutique they were in, it specializes in couple items. Yes, couple items. Coats, designed in complementary colors, accessories in matching tones, soft winter outfits meant for two people whose styles quietly echo each other. Now, before we dive headfirst into assumptions, let's breathe. Celebrities visit all sorts of boutiques. They shop for props. They shop for stylists. They shop for friends, siblings, coworkers. But still, the detail hung in the air, like a lantern refusing to dim. Was it coincidence? Was it intentional? Was it something more? And as the rumor wave grew taller, something else happened. Something subtle but powerful. Neither Jung nor Jung rushed to deny anything. They remained silent, calm, almost serene. No agency statements, no clarifications, just peaceful, deliberate quiet. And sometimes silence speaks louder than any press release can. In the days that followed, fans began revisiting their past moments. Clips of them at events, standing on the same red carpet, instances where they glanced at each other without anyone noticing at the time. One fan even resurfaced footage from an award night, where Smen walked past Hae-In and he subtly stepped aside, allowing her space, with the kind of gentle courtesy he's famous for. At the time, no one thought twice. Now, every frame feels like a clue. As viewers, you know better than anyone how stories begin in the entertainment world. Sometimes they start loudly with big announcements and flashing cameras. But other times they begin quietly in the hush of a boutique, in the warmth of a shared laugh, in the soft rhythm of two people walking side by side under winter street lights. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes this moment so captivating. Because whether this is the start of a new drama collaboration, a deepening friendship, or a blossoming connection that tiptoed into the public eye earlier than intended, there's something undeniably special about the way they moved together that night. You, our viewers, have always been the heartbeat of stories like these. You analyze, you celebrate, you speculate, you care, and this moment between Jungin and Jungmin has become another chapter you're living with full curiosity and open hearts. Not because it's scandalous, not because it's shocking, but because it's human. Soft and warm and filled with possibilities. So, what's really going on? Maybe we'll know soon. Maybe this is only the beginning of a story preparing to unfold with the slow grace of a winter dawn. Or maybe it's simply two people enjoying each other's company, away from scripts and sets. But the beauty of moments like these is how they allow viewers to dream, to wonder, to feel that spark of excitement in the middle of an ordinary day. And, until the truth emerges, whether through a future project announcement, a candid interview, or another quiet moment, accidentally slipping into the public eye, we'll keep watching, waiting, and cherishing the charm of this unexpected pairing. Whatever the answer is, one thing is certain. The night Jung and Jung Min were spotted shopping together didn't just stir the internet. It awakened the kind of magic that reminds us why we love following these stars in the first place. Their stories always feel bigger than the screen. Their moments always carry the soft electricity of something meaningful. For now, dear viewers, hold this moment gently. Let it glow in your memory like the street lights of that Seoul evening. Because whether this is the start of something new or simply a chapter passing quietly, it has already captured Asia's attention and your hearts with a whisper that refuses to fade.